going to go in order this time around. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my guys, gals, non-binary pals. Hope everyone's doing great this evening. Because it is evening for me. It's actually 9:44. Thursday night, August 8th. I've realized I haven't been saying the date, and I should. So, August 8th, 2024. And I'm really happy you're here to watch this, unless you're going through a mental health crisis, then turn it off and dial 988, which is the suicide prevention hotline. You are more important than this. We're going to be getting serious today, and I'm going to be talking some intimate stuff about myself. So don't tell anyone, although I'm going to put it on the internet. But don't tell anyone. It's our secret. Everyone's been hearing a lot about this loneliness pandemic. And when I first heard it, I thought it was bullshit. Pandemic of loneliness caused by COVID, and now people are still. Until I realized I was a lonely MFer. And then I actually had a problem making friends. So when I moved to Arizona and realized my assumption that all my high school friends would just be my best friends again, not like they had moved on with their lives and had families, it was pretty lonely. Then I moved to Massachusetts to be with my family members, and they welcomed me in. They were awesome, but guess what? They have their schedule. They have how they do things. They can't stop at a whim for me. I should stop at a whim for them. I had my roommate who we got along with till I realized he was a Nazi, and he trashed my stuff. So then I moved back to New Jersey, but further than I lived initially, by quite a bit. And it is lonely. It is like TV can only do so much. Work, I mean, trust me, my work would want me to stay lonely because I get a lot done. But I want to talk about some of the things that have led here. But, I was supposed to go over the lineup. So today we're going to be talking about loneliness in the context of Ian Zev. Tomorrow we're going politics. We're going back. All politics. All elections. And then on Saturday we're going to talk about common sayings in the English language that are just stupid. And we're going to base it on George Carlin. So, thanks, George, in advance. I guess, believe it or not, I'm shy. I'm an introvert when I don't know the people. When I'm in a situation where, let's say a party, but I don't know anyone, I came with somebody. I'm that guy in the corner, sipping on soda, because I don't drink. And it's almost a scary experience. And I need to come up with a way to get over that. No, liquid courage is not the answer. Drugs is not the answer. Here, somewhere within me, I need to get the answer. Also, I make girlfriends, friends. I'm president of the friend zone here. Uh, Not easily, but a lot easier than I do men. I need more male friends in my life. Now, this all came about because I just watched a movie. I have this thing about watching stupid movies to see if I can pick a little something out of it, and boy, did I this one. It was called I Love You, Man, with Paul Rudd and no one else whose name I can remember. Oh, Owen Wilson. And the female character's name was Zoe, which is funny because I actually used to be friends with Zoe Deschanel, famous actress. We went to the same summer festival every year together. Really, really cool person. But I don't know how to make like guy friends because I'm not your typical guy. I mean, yeah, I went 18 years of actually 20 years of my life not caring about sports until I moved off campus at Boston University, living in Boston, and that was the height of Boston sports. But now that I'm living alone, I don't watch sports. So it was a band aid to give me something to do with my male roommates. And I wish I kept with it. Other than football, I don't know what's going on in any sport. I did see someone who was diagnosed with COVID at the Olympics, and stupid transgender issue where the competitive boxer wasn't even transgender, but that's just reading on the news. That's not like being into sports per se. So I think I need to jump back in. What teams do I root for, though? I've lived all over. I'll probably go with the teams I used to root for. Why not? Right? And that'll at least, because I have no problem going to a bar just to be social. Something to talk about. Make new friends. I'm not looking to pick up girls right now. I'm looking to pick up platonic guys. Probably came off really weird. But the plot of the movie was just that. Other than the main character was getting married and he needed men for his, what's it called? Groomsmen? These groomsmen. So he had to go out and make male friends. I'm not in that position. I just need them. I used to belong to a 12-step fellowship, and I really think they taught me a lot of the wrong stuff about how to interact socially and how to be a man. And I'm still deprogramming myself from that. Also, I will admit I'm easy to take advantage. I'm going to give 2 examples. I found somebody on Facebook here in New Jersey, and just he came over a few times to do some cleaning with his associate. They did a great job, and him and I seemed cool. I thought we were friends. So I asked him if he could come over and just help me hang up 3 paintings, 1 TV, and do a small cleaning. This was sort of like right after she had left, and they weren't talking. I don't know. I don't know their drama. I don't care. But so 3 paintings, 75-inch TV, which I helped him set up the cable, which he did wrong, and cleaning. And he gave me the price afterwards. Now, this is me being stupid. We should have obviously come up with something initially. $1,200. Sorry, no. That's not $1,200 worth of labor. I supplied everything, and I'm not saying that from a point of, like, look at what I know, because I thought that was the right price. I'm that gullible. So I did go to the, because as I said, I'm not friendless. You know, friends I have, my dad, and they all said, yeah, this guy's ripping you off. So I'm not going to pay him. But I tell that story to emphasize the fact that I'm that gullible. So I never know if I'm being taken advantage of or not. It's always a paranoia in my head. And I need to get over it. Second example was when I worked for a lawyer, and he was the most popular person. Actually, he did the World Convention once, he might be, in the 12-step fellowship based on anonymity. And he got me into a lot of trouble. This is one issue I have with 12 steps, that you always have to look at your part. Sometimes you don't play a part. Sometimes you're just wronged. And the flip side applies too. Sometimes I can do something to someone where they are not at fault. Zero. They don't have to look at their part. So that's another just sidebar 12-step issue. But this guy's the king of the anonymous program. And him and I had a big falling out. So when I had a falling out with him, I felt like I had a falling out with the entire area. And then some other really popular people in the anonymous program I pissed off. And they didn't show me the love and care they said they would. So I went from a decent base to just gone, like boom. Like if you ever seen Final Destination 2, I believe, where the glass just takes out that kid, it's kind of like that, figuratively, not literally. Of course, that would be awful. Now those are my example excuses. Now, the larger context is my weight and money, because those are the excuses I always use. I always say, once I reach X weight, then I'll do what I need to do to lead a happy social life. Well, I may die before I reach that weight. Or I'm too broke. Well, budget better, a-hole. All these things I know how to fix, and that's the sad issue of it. But this loneliness pandemic is real. And I can't thank you all any more than I already have, because even if no one watches this, just being able to do these YouTube videos helps me. So thank you for that. So I'll be taking some action. I read off a list last week about, the title, I'm going to die if I don't change some things. I really think next year I'm going to move closer to Bergen County. I don't know if it'll be in Bergen County per se, but closer. So I know I'm closer to my friends. And I do have friends, I'm just not reaching out to them. Why? I don't know. I need to learn this about myself, which is why I think it's time to switch therapists, which is sad, because I've been with my therapist since 2018. He's great. I love that man. He has done so much for me. But sometimes it's the most logical move to move on. and they can help me in my effort to not be lonely and to not be a-hole. Because I can make a mountain out of a molehill and just, I can be like a sovereign citizen, if you know what that is. I'm not one. But I can take a $60 parking ticket and turn it into a 6-month incarceration penalty. That's what sovereign citizens are known for. Look them up. They're entertaining. But I've always had a problem of knowing when to stop. Well, we're adding 3 new features here. Well, one of them's an older one that I just never went with. We're going to do Today in Ian History, Today in History, and Happy Very. I watched a movie once where they meant very happy and they said happy very. So I'm going to tell just a feel-good story and then we're going to call it a night. Okay. Today in Ian History, I worked at Mamma Mia Pizzeria all the way until 10, then stuffed my car with 4 people, only one of which I remember who it was. Hi, Christine. And we drove to Cherry Hill, and I spoke on the topic of unity at the 12-step meeting. And, I bashed the 12 steps a lot, but that was fun. Driving at night, just BSing, getting snacks. That was a good time. Today in history. In 1876, Thomas Edison was granted the patent for autographic printing, which is basically a printer or an electronic pen. But he was granted that patent August 8th, 1876. Now, our Happy Very is going to be based on a gentleman named Andy Walker. He lives in Britain, and he is paralyzed from the neck down. Well, he wants to ride his quad bike all around Britain, only using his neck for energy. I think that's awesome, and the whole Ian Zev community is rooting for you, Andy. We're going to be following you. So I'm happy I was able to end this one on a happier note. It wasn't one of the happier ones, but just know I love you, and I'll see you soon. And thank you for being part of this. Oh, one other thing I want to mention. I think another reason of the loneliness is, what's my favorite topic? Politics. What's the most divisive topic? Politics. Maybe I need to STF you on that issue. Oh, but it's a presidential election. It's so close. We'll talk about that one later. I love you all. And we're rooting for Andy. We are Team Andy Walker. Take care. All the best.